Hey, thanks for joining me, everyone. Welcome on this. What day is it today? It's August 7th. August 7th. Grab your coffee. We're going to have a great day. My name's Tom Coffey, and we're at Coffee and Nuance. You should be over on X. Follow me on X. And I got a special treat for anyone who does today. We're also streaming live on Rumble, rumble.com/coffee and nuance/live. Just bookmark it. That's the easiest thing to do to follow what I am up to. But today we got a good one. Look at the graphics. We're going to talk about lie detectors. No, you as a lie detector. So let's get into it. Good roast today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, you ever notice how everyone thinks they're a human lie detector these days? I mean, you'd think everyone took a weekend course at the FBI. Spoiler alert, people suck at detecting motives and truthfulness. That's right. About as good at spotting lies as we are at avoiding that last slice of pizza. It cannot be done. We're walking around thinking, I can totally tell when someone's lying. No, you can't. You'd be the person who trusts the used car salesman because he smiled and offered you coffee. Newsflash, coffee's free, and so is the deception. Yeah. Fun fact, studies show, be alert, anytime anybody on a microphone says studies show, it's followed up by some nonsense. It's probably not fact-based. With that in mind, studies show that people's ability to detect lies is only slightly better than a coin flip. Heads, they're lying. Tails, they're telling the truth. So basically, we're all walking around with the accuracy of a magic 8-ball. Is my friend lying to me? Shake, 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 shake. Outlook, not so good. Don't get me started on the things that trick us. We get fooled by confidence. If someone says something with enough swagger, we buy it wholesale. I'm telling you, I've met Bigfoot. Really? Because you said it with such conviction, I almost believe you. Yeah, almost. Then there's the halo effect. If someone's attractive, we trust them more. Yeah, because if someone's got great cheekbones, that must be trustworthy. Sure, that's how it works. Really, that's how it works. No wonder every influencer / scam artist look like they just stepped out of a fashion magazine. Here's a thought. What if we just stopped trying to be Sherlock Holmes? Seriously. What if we just admitted we're terrible at judging others and focusing on being transparent ourselves? Imagine that world. But no, we got to judge. We judge like it's an Olympic sport. We're all gold medalists in jumping to conclusions. By the way, did they ever make that mat? That would be good. Someone doesn't text you back immediately, they must hate you. Or, they could be driving or sleeping or literally doing anything else, or maybe they hate you. So here's my advice. Lighten up. Stop trying to convince or figure out everyone's secret agenda. Most people are just trying to get through their day without spilling their coffee on themselves. Be more transparent. Say what you mean what you say. And if you're not sure about something, just ask for clarification. It's not rocket science. Remember, folks, the world would be a much better place if we all just accept one simple truth. We suck at detecting motives and truthfulness. And maybe, just maybe, we'd all get along a little better if we were more transparent, a little less judgmental. We're all just trying to make it through this thing called life without tripping over our own 2 feet. So next, I want to talk about these popular party games, Mafia, the Traders. In these games, there's a small group of players, the Mafia or Traders, who know who each other are. And the larger group, the Villagers or the Faithful, they don't. The Traders work together using deception and strategy to eliminate the faithful one by one. while the faithful try to figure out who the traitors are before it's too late. The catch? The traitors usually win. Why? Because they have insider knowledge and they can coordinate their actions, while the faithful are left guessing and often turning on each other. Sound familiar? Here's the kicker. This dynamic isn't just a fun game. It mirrors real-world dynamics. Just like in those games, a small, powerful group with insider knowledge and strategic coordination can manipulate and control a larger, less informed group. Think about the wealthy global elite. Hope I didn't trigger anything by using those words together. They have access to exclusive information, resources, and networks that the average person does not. They can influence markets, politics, and the media to their advantage, often leaving the masses divided, distracted, and unsure where the real power lies. So next time you're feeling like a pawn in a bigger game, remember, sometimes the deck is stacked against you by those with the inside scoop. Understanding this dynamic is the first step toward leveling the playing field. Maybe, just maybe, we'll stop jumping to conclusions, start asking the right questions. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffey Nuance Show, the least watched, censored commentary and news show live right now. Flame on. Oh, that's right. It is Wednesday. It's a big idea Wednesday. I didn't change the Chiron. Tom, that's what should have been on the screen. You are not a lie detector. The big idea I thought about talking about, I didn't quite flush it out fully. And I have been watching this show called The Traitors. Now, there's an American version of The Traitors that is not as good. I was watching this New Zealand version, and I just watched the conclusion of it yesterday, and it really got me thinking about this. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the game. It's based on this old game called Mafia. The Traitors is a TV version of it. And this is stick with me here, because this is I think this is really interesting. In both Traitors and the Mafia, what they do is a small group of traitors, right? They're pitted against a larger group, the faithful. And here's how it usually plays out. So they give you hidden roles. So the traitors, they know who each other are, and the faithful, they don't. Okay? And this gives the traitors a significant advantage because they can coordinate their actions. Okay? So the idea of the show is they all go to a castle or some estate or something like that. And there's like a group of 20 people to start off with, and 3 of them are the traitors, and the rest of them are the faithful. And people have to talk to each other, observe each other to try to figure out who's lying, who's the deceptive one. And then every night they vote somebody out. And most of the time, right, they're terrible at deciding who the traitors are. They're really bad. And I've watched lots of seasons of this in New Zealand, the UK, Australia. And what I've learned is that people suck at detecting lies, even when that's all they're doing. That's all they're doing on the show is trying to figure out who's lying to me. They can't do it. They're terrible. And we all think that we're the ones that can figure it out. We all think that we can figure out when other people are lying to you. If that's the case, then why in every single season do all I see people sucking at this? And in my opinion, they're doing worse than a coin flip in figuring out who the traitor is. So each round, the group votes to eliminate a suspected traitor. Now, each time they do, they usually get rid of one of the faithful. And you would think, oh, now we've got a bigger chance of getting a traitor. It doesn't work out. It doesn't work out because the conclusion here is insider knowledge is a big deal. Okay, so a lot of times there's psychological pressure. So there's, it's a really intense situation. The faithful players second guess themselves all the time. They second guess others. The traitors exploit all of this confusion for their own advantage. And here's why traitors usually win in this game. Information asymmetry. Okay. The traitors have more information than the faithful. They know who is on their side, and it allows them to strategize and protect each other. Okay. Who else in the world might have insider knowledge, right? And they use it to protect each other. Yeah. Think about that. Trust issues. So the faithful often struggle with trust. And as suspicions and accusations fly about, the group becomes divided, making it easier for traitors to hide and manipulate the situation. Kind of like, how in the media, they divide us all, and that makes us easier to manipulate. And a lot of things, and also errors in human judgment, okay? Humans are usually very poor at detecting lies and understanding motives. And often this leads to misjudgments where the faithful eliminate their own members, their own faithful people, rather than the traitors. So here's the conclusion. Traitors work together to create plausible stories, support each other's lies, while the faithful are often left guessing and acting alone. So this often will mirror real life world dynamics, okay? So think of the traitors in the game as a small, powerful group with insider knowledge and strategic coordination can easily manipulate and control a larger, less informed group. It's not just a game tactic, it's a reflection on societal structures, okay? So think about like the wealthy global elite, and that's probably triggering something in the algorithm, right? Is they'll just put this in the conspiracy category, because if you use those words together, everything is dismissed. But yes, they've got access to exclusive information, right? They've got networks that the average person doesn't have. They can influence markets, influence politics, the media to their advantage. And that leaves us all divided, distracted, and usually unsure of who's really in charge. And just like in the game show or the board game, the masses, they second guess themselves and they turn on each other, while the elites quietly steer the course of events from behind the scenes. Okay. So, if you feel like a pawn, it's because you're a pawn, right? The deck is stacked against us, and by those that have the inside scoop. And if you understand this dynamic, that's the first step in figuring out how things are going. So that was the main idea to talk about today, that you are just not a lie detector. You can't do it. You suck at it. You think you're good, but you're not. Now, obviously, there are some people in the media, you can tell when they're lying, okay? So I'm not saying you can't always tell. So if a politician is saying something and then their eyes go big and, they're saying something that's obviously not true, yeah, you can detect that. But in all of these games that people play, all this show called The Traitors, where all people are doing, these are smart people, and they're trying to figure out who amongst them is lying to each other. They're not good at it, and neither are you. And if you don't realize that, you're being played. Okay, so that is the big idea that I wanted to talk about today. I'll go through all of your feedback, all your comments in the after show. But it's tough. We want to think that we're good. We want to think that we're good at this. We're not. We're not good at this at all. So anyway, thanks for all the people that did stick around. And I'll get to your comments right after this. Okay, here we go. Let's get to the comments. Okay, let's see. Okay. What's up, everybody? LFG. Hello, friends. What's up? What's up, Joe? Nice to see you. I find the accusation of liar often to be misused as if it requires knowing the intentions of the person spreading false facts. Yeah, well, what exactly is a liar? Like, what is the definition of liar? Because that's one of the things that we do is we've got these changing definitions of things. So I just pulled up here, liar, one who tells lies. Okay, what's a lie? That's not okay. Okay, let's see. Noun. Bum, 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 bum. A false statement deliberately presented as being true. Okay. So lie, telling a lie means that you know that it's not true. So just being wrong doesn't mean you're a liar. Okay. People can be wrong. Lying is saying something and knowing that it's not true. So there we go with that. What's up, Lucid, Erie Fairy, Big Daddy? Nice to see you. No, it's every scam artist / influencer. Yes, indeed. I was listening to Rumble ads, forgot to click skip. Well, that's okay. You know, right when I was starting, I had enough people on Rumble that I could have read an ad, but apparently I was so boring that people left the show. And no, that's an assumption I'm making. But now we don't have enough people to read an ad. Oh, well, maybe next time. Lucid says, I've got a good track record for being screwed from the benefit of the doubt attitudes. Yes, I'm not saying that you need to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. That's not what I'm saying. I think it's a nice thing if you can do that. And I'm not saying that you should give people the benefit of the doubt. What I'm saying is you're just not very good at detecting lies. None of us are. Yeah. Natasha says, I'm as good as detecting lies as Eve was. Okay. Ox says, information asymmetry. That's true. Traders have more information for a much larger and recurring advantage. Very true. Very true. A lot of us are better at detecting liars now than when I was in my 20s. We may be better now, but also we may think that we're better now. And again, there's a huge difference between detecting somebody on TV lying and someone in your real life. One of the things that I learned from watching the show The Traders, the New Zealand version, if you will, was that people, first of all, they're dealing with people that they don't know. So they don't know the backstory. They haven't been around these people for years and years. So if you have a coworker, right, and you've worked with them for a couple of years, well, you have enough history that you can build up some more knowledge about them. Look at when they say things. You can learn from that. It's kind of like being at a poker table, right? If you are at a poker table and you're playing with your buddy who you've played with for, every weekend for a few years, well, then you know his habits, you know his style, you might be able to figure out when he's lying and when he's not lying. But if it's someone you don't know, we're not good at all in reading them. We're just not. And we all have an overconfidence in being able to read other people. Most of the time we're wrong. Natasha says, but yes, I saw through the lie and the safe and effective lie. Yes, determining whether something is true or not true is different than whether the person is lying, if that makes sense. So, so what I'm talking about is just, you might be really good at being able to determine if something that someone is presenting is real or not real. You can do some research on it. You can look at it logically. There's lots of things that you can do to figure out whether or not you believe something, right? A topic or a statement, something like that. What I'm talking about is being able to detect the person if they are lying, not if they're telling you something that's not true. Okay, so there's a little nuance there, but that's what I'm talking about. Erie Fairy says depends on your relationship to the person. Some get blinded by love, as they say. Indeed, indeed, yeah. We don't all have the omnipresent point of view. Very true. That is true. So, if you are interested in checking this out, I'll just say I will post a link to the show that I watched on my X account, and it's a site that you can watch it on. And once you figure out how to get there, you can find the other episodes as well. It's not that difficult, but so I will just post a link to the premiere episode of the show I was talking about. If you're interested in checking it out, one of the nice things is if you have it on your laptop, if you can stream it or cast it, whatever it happens to be, to your big TV. You know, that's something that I like to do. So I find a show that's streaming. One of the things I like is finding foreign shows that I might watch, a series, and then I will just have it go from my computer, and then I send it through the air to the TV, and usually looks pretty good. Most of the time it's in HD. So I'll leave a link to that in my over on my X account. But yeah, that's the thing, is we really do trust people that are better looking. We trust people with characteristics on their face they don't have any control on, right? We trust people based on their voice, all kinds of things. A lot of people, they may not trust people whose eyes go wide. Well, I tell you what, I have this thing. I do this a lot when I'm talking to people. I kind of get crazy eyes. If I'm excited, my eyes are big like this. Probably doesn't look very trustworthy. But I've done that my whole life. I have a real hard time not making my eyes really big. And that doesn't make me look very trustworthy. And so it works against me, I believe. But we always do give the benefit of the doubt to someone that's cute, right? We just do. I think that's human nature. But being aware of this for yourself, I think, is an important thing, and that's why I brought it up today. Yeah, lots of people are not watching TV. I get it. That must mean that you have a more exciting life than me, and I congratulate you for that. I would love to get to the point where I don't watch a whole lot of programming at all, but yeah, it is. Ox says these trust signal work both ways. We may think someone is lying when words don't match body language. People observe. I know I do this unintentionally sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing that I've seen in the show is people say, oh yeah, when you said this, he looked here. And we all think we're these body language experts. And one of the things that I heard from Zach, who does the Tardvark show, someone I follow, he was that's what he did. He was a military interrogator. And what he told me was that, like, all this stuff you see like on YouTube about a body language expert and how they're able to read people and draw all these conclusions, he's like, that's a bunch of bunk. It takes a lot more than just looking at someone and seeing if their eyes go up or to the left and micro expressions and all that stuff. He's like, you shouldn't have a lot of confidence in this, because I was telling him you should have like a body language channel and do this because they seem to be popular, right? And he's like, yeah, but it's all BS, right? He said to really interrogate someone, to really find out if they're lying or not, it it's very difficult. It takes a lot of work, and you need a lot of information. You can't just, look at someone talking on TV or, and be able to draw a whole lot of accurate conclusions from that. So that's I found that very interesting. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all I have today. I am taking a trip, but it is my plan to post a video on Friday. So that's the plan, is I'll have a video go up on Friday as I'm taking a little trip. But I'll be back on Monday. I hope you all have a beautiful week, a beautiful weekend. And until then, peace.